Alright, hello everybody. Just going to be going through a few pages of the textbook from 190 onwards. Let's see how we go. Okay, so 10:30 a.m. or 10:30 in the morning. It's 10:30. We're trying to convert from 12-hour notation, which has AM and PM, 24-hour, which does not. There's our PM, and PM means it's in the second half of the day, which means to convert that to 24-hour, we need to be adding 12 to it. Because before that, the numbers before that will be AM, which means that they're in the morning. So 10:30 p.m. adding the 12 to get it to 24-hour time, that will end up meaning it's going to be 22:30. 22:30. Going onwards, for the next question, 4:15 is 4 a.m., 15 minutes past 4 in the morning. 16:15 will of course be 4:15 p.m. And the reason it's 4:15 p.m. is because you're taking 12 away from the number that is 12 or higher, and that changes it from being 24-hour time to being able to get it in 12-hour time, where the numbers can't be greater than 12. So 4:15 p.m. of course is 15 minutes past 4 in the afternoon. And the next question is going to be, write the time using 24-hour notation. 8 o'clock, of course, will be 20 o'clock because we're adding 12 to change it to 24-hour time. And this one over here where we have to read the clock now, it's not giving us anything. It's 5 because the hour hand, the blue one, is in between the 5 and the 6. It's got to be 5. And pointing at the 6, 6 times 5 is 30. 5:30, which if we add 12 to the hours, 5 plus 12 is 17. It is 17:30. That's in the morning, that's in the afternoon. Should be that simple. Okay, next page. 15:55, again, to change things to 12-hour notation, they need to have the letters. If it's a number that's 12 or higher, then you should be able to take 12 away. 15 take 12 is 3. It's going to be 3:55 p.m. because the number was 12 or higher. So it must be in the afternoon or evening or night. This next one, 01, that's clearly in the morning. You can't take 12 from that one, so you leave it as it is. And because it's in the first half of the day, because the number is less than 12, that means it must be AM in the morning. Now I'll go through the times a little bit faster here because we should hopefully know how to read clocks. That's going to be 1:45. Add 12 to it will be 13:45. This one is 6:05. And then we add 12 to it, get 18:05. This one will be 9:15. And we add 12 to the hours and we get 21:15. This one will be 11:35. Then we add 12 to that one and it will be 23:35. All right. Last little bit for this page. Now to have to change it to 12-hour notation. Again, that's got AM and PM. Okay. So this is in the first 12 hours of the day because the number is less than 12, which means it must be AM. Then you can leave the number as it is, 4:20 AM. This one is 12 or higher, which means you can take 12 from it, which means it must be in the second half of the day, which means it's PM. 20 take 12 is 8. 8:10 PM. This one you can also take 12 from. So you take 12 away from 14 and you get 2. Keep the minutes the same. That's in that second half of the day, so we have PM. And this one, we keep it the same because it's less than 12 hours in the hours. And that's going to be AM. Because if it's got less than 12 hours, it must be in the first half of the day. First half of the day means we keep these the same. Over here, this will be second half of the day, which means that it will be 4:30. You just take 12 away from this one. Second half of the day must mean PM. And then over here, because it is 7:40 PM, add 12 to that for 24-hour time. This next one will be in the first half of the day. So they will have to be left the same, and it must be AM. Okay, moving on. Okay, we actually get to the question part down here. They do something a little bit strange in here. So they're just trying to see 30 minutes plus 1 hour plus 40 minutes equals an hour and 70 minutes, which means it's an hour plus an hour and 10. And therefore you need to add that together. An hour plus 70 minutes, keeping in mind that 70 minutes is an hour and 10. In total, that will be 2 hours and 10 minutes, which is exactly what happened when they looked at method 1. The lesson therefore lasted 2 hours and 10 minutes. And you can see that with both methods. Over here, from 2:30 in the afternoon, 2 hours to 4:30 in the afternoon, plus another 10 minutes. That's 2 hours and 10 minutes. Same here. 40 and 30 makes an hour and 10, plus an hour, that's 2 hours and 10. For this next one, again, I won't be reading the questions. You can stop to have a look at them. You just need to be filling in the gaps of what's going on. Between these two, that's 5 minutes. Between these two, it's 15 minutes. And the reason it's 15 minutes is because, just like this girl says, it's 60 minutes in an hour. O'clock means 60 minutes. So the difference between 60 and 45 will, of course, be 15. Hopefully that makes good enough sense. You can always use subtraction when you're not sure for things like this. Whenever you have the word difference, you're talking subtraction. The difference between these two will be 1 hour. Therefore, you need to add 1 hour plus 15 minutes plus 5 minutes. Hopefully you know that 5 and 15 makes 20. So it will be 1 hour and 20 minutes for that one. Okay, next one. Up the top here, when it focuses. Again, between these two, it's 15 minutes. Same question, but using the different method. 1 hour, difference between 16 o'clock, 17 o'clock. Your 5 minutes. This will, of course, mean that you're adding 15 minutes right there, plus 1 hour, plus 5 minutes. Combine the minutes together to get your 20 minutes plus your hour. So in total, you spent 1 hour and 20 minutes at the library. So, solve the word problems, draw timelines to help you. If you need, do it whichever way you wish. Manager started a meeting with his staff at 9:30. It ended at 10:25. How long did it last? A way that I've been discussing is you go from 9:30 to the nearest o'clock. The nearest o'clock will be 10 o'clock. That is going to be 30 minutes. 60 take 30 will give you 30. So you could do the subtraction if you're not sure. And then how long to get from 10 o'clock to our destination of 10:25? It's going to be 25 minutes, because it's the difference between 25 and 0. So how long did this go for? 30 minutes plus 25, of course, will be 55 minutes. The next one, same sort of thing. Starts at 21:15, ends at 23:50. First, we've got to go to the next o'clock. So the next o'clock, we're at 21, so the next o'clock will be 22. I can use subtraction to see the difference between what would be 60, because 60 minutes in an hour, and 15. 60 take 15 equals that, 5, 4. That's 45 minutes. And then we need to make sure that we get to the correct hour. So it's in the 2300 hour. That's going to be 1 hour. to go from 22 o'clock to 23 o'clock. And then to go to the next one will be 50 minutes. And then we need to add them together. So you've got 1 hour, that's just going to be left as an hour. You've got 45 and 50 minutes, which added together will give you 95 minutes, which hopefully you're able to tell that there'll be one lot of 60. There'll be 1 hour, and then you take 60 away from the 95, and you have 35 minutes. So you have 1 hour plus an hour and 35. It is 2 hours and 35 minutes in total. Next, Jason left home at 8:30, returned at 12:15. How long was he away from home? So I'll go to the next hour, 9 o'clock. It's half an hour, 30 minutes to get there. I want to get to my destination hour, be 12 o'clock. It's going to be 3 hours, because 12 take 9 is 3. Then another 15 minutes to get to 12:15. 15 is the difference between 15 and 0. So add your 3 hours plus your 15 minutes and your 30 is 45. So the correct answer will be 3 hours and 45 minutes. Okay, moving on. Okay, just going through methods again. They do a bit of interesting things in this book, so this can be a bit tricky to follow through. But with method 2, it says 50 minutes after 13 o'clock will be 13:50. Therefore, she finished cooking at 13:50. That one not too bad, but some of the other ones that they leave gaps for would be a bit less conventional for some. Okay, continuing on. The gap between 20:25 and 22:25 is 2 hours. The minutes, it says that the movie lasted for 2 hours and 25 minutes. The 2 hours after 20:25 will be 22:25. And then you need to, because it goes for 2 hours and 25 minutes, we've added the hours, we've got to add the minutes now. It's going to be 25 minutes. If you add 25 minutes plus 2 hours and 25, you're going to get this, which of course will be 22:50. Hopefully that makes good enough sense. Now for method 2. I think this is where we start getting weird. The gap between these two, you can use subtraction to figure it out. So 60 take 25, that gets you 35. Therefore, this gap here will be 2 hours 25 take 35 minutes. So 35 minutes after 2025 will be 2100. Maybe this isn't crooked. 2 hours 25 take 35 minutes. Now the way that they do it here is a bit weird. I'll probably pause after this page because I really want to explain this one. They change the 2 hours 25. They get rid of one of the hours and add 60 minutes. That way, there's more minutes here than there is to subtract. So it's a regrouping of sorts. They're changing 2 hours and 25 minutes into 1 hour and 85 minutes. Taking 60 minutes away, because it's taking 1 hour away, and adding 60 minutes on top. And the reason that they're doing that is because then it's going to be easier to be able to take what you need to. You can take 35 from 85 minutes. You couldn't take 35 from 25 minutes without there being a little bit of confusion. Hopefully that makes sense. If not, leave something in the comments and I'll explain it further. So this is 1 hour, take no hours. It's going to be 1 hour. 85 take 35, just like you can do with subtraction, is going to get you 50. Therefore, now we're looking at the hours. So 1 hour after 2100, because we've got the 1 hour there. 1 hour after 2100 is 2200. And then 50 minutes after 2200 is 2250. the movie ended at 22:50. Same method as what we've done up, well, sorry, same result as method 1, just obviously a little bit different. Anyways, I'm going to pause for now. I'm going to put another video that has the rest of the results.